On to episode 10, King for a Day. It's an absolutely fantastic episode, a very different kind of episode because Jack is in the world of the rich, isn't he? Very much so, because Horatio Manners asks Jack to get the price down on this mansion, on this piece of land, and he does this very successfully because to begin with they want 70,000 and he gets it down to 35,000.
Got a job for you.
Well, we've been through all that.
Short-term contract? A week, say? Paying £20.
You what, 20 quid for a week's work?
Another 20 if you get what I want.
What do you want, Sir Horatio? The crown jewels?
There's a house I'm interested in. Land, too. About 3,000 acres. Belongs to a chap called Lord Calderbeck. His nephew runs the place. They don't know why I want it. If they did, they'd push up the price. I want you to find out how low they'll go.
But he's very clever, Jack Ford, in this, because he finds out the exact price from Billy. He bumps into him, and he talks to one of the bailiffs that used to work for Lord Calderbeck, who got the sack. And, yeah, he finds out the exact price, and he does a better deal for himself. Originally, Manners was going to give him less than the 150, what he got. And it's really good from Jack, the wheeling and the dealing.
50,000's as far as I'll go.
Hold on a minute. They'll come down.
How much?
First off, Calderbeck wants to go and live in the south of France. Give him enough to buy an annuity and he's happy. But for one thing, Freddie, his heir. He doesn't like Freddie, but he feels he's got to provide for him.
Go on.
Well, now he's provided for. He's going to marry Mrs. Cromer.
This is no time for jokes, Ford.
I'm not joking.
Well, I'll be damned. How much?
Hold on a minute. 20 quid, you said, and another 20 if I brought it off.
That's right.
It's not enough.
Then?
1% of everything under 50,000.
You must have got a good price.
I have. I talked to the bailiff and a few others. I know exactly what this place is worth.
How much?
35,000.
And you're asking £150?
I've just saved you 15,000.
Could get it without you.
Oh, no, you couldn't. Freddie's handling the deal. I've just had a talk with him. For some reason or another, he thinks he's grateful to me, poor bastard. 35,000 is his price to me.
I like the bits with Bella at the Seaton shop, of course. Dolly goes to the shop because when Sir Horatio first goes to see Jack, he basically wants to get Dolly out the way because, you know, he is kind of frightened that Dolly says it, that she might show him up. I think he is, to be honest. So he suggests to get some coffee for him and Sir Horatio's so they can talk business, basically. And Mrs. Seaton takes pity on her because obviously Bill sees her and after what's happened, he doesn't want anything to do with her. And coffee, I suppose coffee was very la-di-da back then. It's not now, is it? But back then, I suppose everybody used to drink tea and they wouldn't drink coffee. It's funny when he's like freshly ground, yeah. But yeah, Bella takes pity on Dolly, and because she turns a bad way, doesn't she? Because she's pregnant and she has to sit down, etc. She gets the coffee, but she goes back, and she realises because Jack and Sir Horatio are no longer talking. Sir Horatio has left. That. Yeah, it was all to get rid of her. But this does come back later on in the episode, which is quite interesting, really. This is the part where, sadly, Dolly has the miscarriage. And I think that was the end of Jack and Dolly. Once that happened, it was never going to be the same. And to top it all off, it was, of course, Jessie's coffee. Bella gave her the coffee at the Seaton family shop. Just gave it her. It was Jessie's coffee, and she says it will choke us if we drink this, and she blames the coffee for the miscarriage. You know, a bit extreme, but when the doctor says she's heavily sedated, Jack's like, she knows what she's saying.
Miscarriages are seldom fatal, Mr. Ford.
So I believe, but they can have other effects.
Indeed they do. I'm very sorry. I'm afraid your wife will never have children.
Poor Dolly. She's in a private ward.
Sir Horatio Manners telephoned from Calderbeck House about it. It's all been taken care of, Mr. Ford.
Jack.
Hello, bonny lass. What's all this, then?
Coffee from Mrs. Seaton. Take it back. I should never have taken it. Please, Jack.
She's heavily sedated. I shouldn't let it bother you.
Yeah, maybe she is. But she knew what she was talking about.
It is, of course, New Year's Eve. A lot happens in this episode. Jack Ford is looking after Sandy Lewis from Glasgow. He does a fantastic speech at the union's meeting, and I think Jack learned a lot from Sandy. He really did. I mean, later on it comes out that Jack obviously knows what to say, but he doesn't necessarily believe it, whereas Matt Headley would say what he believed, and everybody would believe it. Jack could say anything and they would believe it. That was the difference, wasn't it? But it's a great episode, and of course they all meet in the pub early on, don't they? They're all there because Billy's working behind the bar. Jack goes into the pub with Sandy, and Tom's there as well. And it's quite funny with Bill, the way Bella's trying to get him to go round Jesse's. It's New Year's Eve. First footings, as they called it back then, where everybody has to do a party trick. I love that, to be honest. I mean, they should bring it back. No, I really like that. I mean, everybody singing around the piano. Of course, it wouldn't happen these days, but you know what I mean. Really nice. And even Arthur gets involved in this. That's quite a funny scene, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I was going to make a toast, but I made a New Year resolution not to make toasts.
Yeah.
Very wise.
How about you, Tom? You making any resolutions?
What for, like? Oh, I see what you mean. Let's think. In the new year, I'll resolve to keep my fingernails clean.
You mean it, I hope.
Definitely. I'll put all the muck in my leak trench.
Hey, my dad was just telling us he's made a New Year resolution and all.
Oh, aye?
He reckons he's going to smile at all his customers, but he's got a bit out of the habit, so he's going to give us a practice run tonight.
Hey, watch it, Billy.
Oh, wait, just a little, innit?
Now, don't rush it, Dar.
He's cracking.
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is. He's cracking.
Hey, careful now, Dar. It might hurt the first time. Easy, does it? Just a little bit more, Dad. Oh, I felt that!
And again.
Now, just look at that.
Oh, wait, I'm giving you a beat.
End of round one. Congratulations, Dad. You're up on points.
Oh, well done, lads. That was a miracle.
The end of the episode, I mean, this is like, Bill says Happy New Year, doesn't he? Because basically a rival shop, a sweet shop, has said that they were open past a certain time. But luckily the guy from Glasgow is there, because then he throws a brick through their window, because, they got a summons from this because they were open like half an hour later or whatever. So I thought it was a very good end to the episode.
Where's Hunter Street?
Top of the bank.
Regular sweet shop, why he wouldn't bother.
Well, you been making cinder toffee?
Oh, Lord.
Happy New Year, some say.
Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy. Dance to the daddy, to the mommy, sing. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have the fishy when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have a haddock when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have the bloater when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have the mackerel when the boat comes in. Thou shalt have the fishy on a little dishy. Thou shalt have the salmon when the boat comes in.